Check, check. Hello. It has been a heck of a couple of weeks. I do feel bad. I made affiliate. I streamed once. Some gift subs were given out. And then I just completely disappeared for like 2 weeks. What's more, before making affiliate, basically as soon as I was done with a stream, I would upload it to YouTube. And there was at least one person that has been going through and watching the old streams there. But when you are affiliate, one of the rules is that once you stream, you're there for, it has to be exclusive to Twitch for 24 hours, something like that. And with everything that went on over the past 2 weeks, I did not manage to export my most recent stream, maybe two, I'm not sure, to YouTube before it expired off of Twitch and is gone. So my profound apologies to anyone who might be trying to follow stuff by looking in on things on YouTube. Now give me a moment and then I'll start playing. Hey, Moody Mystery, welcome in. Also, I have some ice cream. Not very much, so I won't be distracted by it much, but I have ice cream and I need it. So, Moody Mystery, what brings you here? Do I know you from somewhere? Or do you just like Ultima Underworld? Now, where the heck was... Oh, right. Okay. So I'm in the ice world and have determined that there's a whole bunch of doors that are locked and that I cannot beat down. I do have some lockpicks, but no skill with them. Well, excellent. Are you an Ultima Dragon? Let's see. Other downside to it having been a couple weeks since I last played is that I don't remember where I'm storing anything. The Ultima Dragons are the Ultima fan club, started back in the early 90s. That's what the dragon in my Golden Flame Dragon username represents. Alright. Let's see what happens. Alright. Okay, so Yeah, it sounds like it might be up your alley. You can find them on the web, on Facebook. There's a Discord. A lot of information about them, I think, on the Ultima Codex website. Alright. To get out of here, I need to swim. That's fine. Or just die. Seems like a shortcut. Not a very satisfying one. So, I'm currently in the midst of, and have been slowly doing for like a decade, a playthrough of the entire Ultima series from 1 to 9. Growing up, I had played all of the main ones, but growing up, I had skipped the 2 worlds and the 2 underworlds. As such, while I've played, you know, Ultima 5 a dozen times, this is my first time playing Ultima Underworld 2. And it was my first time getting through Underworld 1, Savage Empire, and Martian Dreams. I bogged down on Martian Dreams for a couple of years. Because I'm don't have a lot of time for gaming these days. I've been resting time to start this Twitch experiment. Martian Dreams, I just kept getting tired of featureless red landscapes and getting lost all the time. But eventually, with a couple of consultations of walkthroughs, because there's a couple of puzzles that really, what the hell, I made it through that one. I'm just gonna wolf the rest of my ice cream so this stops distracting me from my streaming. So it's an ill-advised idea. But I really wanted ice cream. So I know from some minor spoilers that this is not where I want to be. There's an X rune stone among the geysers in the sewers, and I'm going to see if I'm high enough level to take them yet. This is the GOG version being played through DOSBox, but using the Pix Ultima Patcher program to patch in the Roland MIDI and sound effects instead, in the place of the default DOS MIDI version. And the music is nicer, but not so much nicer that I needed it. But holy crap, the sound effects are so much better. The bats no longer sound like a car crash somewhere outside my apartment. Like, So, another first timer, Prime of Boz, welcome in. Yes, that's the plan. Serpentile, I finished 7 a couple months ago. Serpentile including Silver Seed. 8. 9, and when I play 9, I'm strongly considering, since I have played 9 before, I'm strongly considering playing it with the fan dialogue patch and seeing what I think of that. when I finish 9, I might give a Akalabeth another couple of attempts. Because I played it at the start of this, but I've still never won it. Which is probably a kind of tedious thing to watch because it's really just kind of brute forcing. But it'd be nice to be able to add that to my 1 Ultimas. I have not played Mount Drash. Maybe I'll try to get my hands on it or something just to see what it's like, but and then yeah, once I finish 9, by the time I get to that point, I will hopefully be done with the game that I'm writing, and will therefore feel like I have the time to dive into the similar games that came out recently and that I have on my shelf here. And I will probably stream Nox Archaeist and Realms of Antiquity. But I might take a break from the Ultima likes. I've got some other RPGs. I've literally never played Mass Effect yet. I haven't had time. So maybe like that's a thought. Bard's Tale 4 is a thought. This is a ways off. I'm not too worried about it. Also, probably starving myself to death by constantly getting distracted while not pausing the game. Hey, Lumina. Duke Darkwood. Welcome in. Good to see you. All right, let's see which way the current goes on this. Okay. That was interesting. This is where I want to be. Yeah, well, you know, having 1 health is a shortcut to getting back to the sewers, which is where I'm headed anyway. I have 1 health because I am freezing to death. And generally kind of don't care. How is there another Yeti here? I've cleared this level. Didn't think they respawned. Let's go around him. Where am I? I don't know. It hasn't started throwing stuff at me yet, so maybe it's not, and I just forgot that there's a non-hostile one around. That is what I get for disappearing for a couple of weeks and forgetting what's going on. I do. It's right here. I could. I've never cast Bounce. I could just save myself some trouble and cast Water Walk, but, you know. Mostly I got a little lost and thought I was heading to the exit and wound up in the water. Which I'm not thrilled about. Yeah, that's good to know. Fine. Alright. Also, I've mentioned this a number of times before on this stream, but I have a lot of new people. I really hate this level. I really hate this zone, and it's because of this sliding ice effect. Like, I have literally gone multiple minutes without having control of my character because I'm bouncing back and forth on things. And it's an idea that sounds interesting on paper and is really goddamn tedious to actually play through. Oh, great. So I should open up my box here and get the spell list out again. Because certainly damned if I remember what I'm doing with some of these. And I've learned a handful of the undocumented spells. Don't honestly remember off the top of my head. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I need to get to here. The up that's over there. And then back to almost dead because of the cold. Here we are. Boop. Guess I haven't actually marked where the I am unclear on what just killed me. Oh, okay. Whatever. I don't actually want to take the shortcut. Yeah, I'm right. I'm dead. I died, so I'm not still water walking. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty sure from running around with only one hit point for a substantial amount of time on the second floor that freezing to death can't actually kill you, it just drains you to zero. But wandering around the first floor, which, again, I have, to the best of my knowledge, cleared all of the monsters out of, suddenly I got the "You're Dead" music and wound up back in the sewers. So, whatever, I'll take it. Druid. Primarily chosen because that's what I played Ultima Underworld 1 as. So I just kind of... I've been generally playing... when I played the Ultima series when they first came out, I played as a paladin, and that was Golden Flame. This time through, I've played all of the games as the Magister, who is a mage character from my old D&D days, just as Golden Flame was a paladin that I played when I was 11. But I did not want to play a mage in either this or Ultima Underworld 1 because they're just a little action-y enough. There's enough fights that I wanted to be good enough with a weapon that I could actually just fight some stuff without consuming mana, and that I'm not helpless when I run out of mana. So I wanted a class that was going to have access to the spells, but be able to do some other stuff. And I, much like Ultima Underworld 1, quickly became certain that probably 50% of the available skills are a complete waste of skill points. Swim, for instance, why bother when you get water walk? Lockpicking, I'm currently in here to get the rune I need for the open spell. Acrobatics saves you when you screw up. I'd rather just not screw up. I hate putting skill points into this saves you when you screw up skills in any game. It's just a block that I have. How am I... Okay, it's not the cold that's reducing my health. Yeah, the question of what hurt me is a fascinating one. And I have a bad feeling that I know the answer but can't confirm it until I level again. I would inspect all my gear, except, yes, I took the tower shield from the Frozen City, and yes, I'm unfortunately kind of playing as if I pretended. I've raised my lore skill a little bit, but not a lot, because as soon as I ding 9, I can just spam name enchantment. But yes, unfortunately, I am aware that one of the items that I picked up in the Frozen City is cursed. I just didn't know what that curse was. And so I've been assuming that my taking damage in there was me freezing. Somebody told me that it might be. Yeah. Now, the tower shield is cursed. I just don't know what the curse does. And in-game, I haven't figured it out. Yeah, I just see it as a serviceable tower shield. So it does not, however, appear to be so cursed that I can't unequip it, which is interesting. Although possibly it was going to tell me that I couldn't. Yeah, so I can take it off. So I think the next step. Gotcha. Oh, well, that's good to know. So the next step is to go back all the way to back up to Lord British's castle and down into the basement to visit the armory and steal another shield from there. It won't be as good as a tower shield. I don't think there's anything that good left in there. But I'm going to do that before I make my attempt at fighting the Gazers, because I kind of need hit points to fight the Gazers. Once again, I thought I killed everything. And if I die, it's reload territory. So, let's give myself a couple of hit points there. Where am I? Okay. I wonder what that was that I just ran away from. I had killed all the lurkers and stuff. Just for XP fairly recently, when I determined that I was now powerful enough to do so. Well, the other thing about coming back to the castle is I have not talked to Nystel since picking up the Blackrock gem that's in the Icelands. So I'm going to go do that. Oh. I have to actually put the gem in the dialogue box, or in the thing up there. I then have to remember where the heck it is. There it is. Okay. Nope, that's it. Yeah, the inventory management is absolutely astonishingly tedious. Where am I? Okay. I have a potions bag, and besides that, it's a little more random. I'm going to take this Cursed Tower Shield and put it down for now. There we go. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about various bags being different in their carrying capacity. Now, of course, I need to just kind of tediously let my mana regen and heal myself. Hey, Jeffrey, I don't think I have anything to say to you at the moment. Well, something's happening, and unfortunately some of the dialogue scrolled off randomly. Fortunately, I caught what it said, which was, Nice still had something to say to me. Patterson seems anxious lately. Yeah, I couldn't find him last time I was looking around. And currently, of course, I'm pretty sure he's the traitor. Lady Miranda? Yes, what is it, Jenner? I'm having an important discussion with the Avatar. I hardly know how to say this, but Lady Tori... Yes? Out with it! I just found her, sir. She's been killed. Well, that's a plot twist. A plot twist that I will confess I expected, because all of the skills that Lady Tori can train you in, there's someone else who also trains you in them. And so, yeah. How did this happen? It seems she was stabbed, sir. In her room. Magister, thou had better go at once and investigate this. I shall inform the others. That's fair. I should do that. Well, as previously noted, we do have a traitor in our midst. I don't remember which room is Lady Tori's. Let's see if the big map actually says something useful. Yeah, it's not one of the marked ones. I think it's in the southwest corner, because that's the guest quarters. Yeah, it's gotta be it. Where was Lady Tori in 7 again? Wasn't she in Serpent's Hold? Because, interestingly, my most recent playthrough of Ultima 7 won the game without ever once setting foot in Serpent's Hold. Never went there a single time. So I didn't actually meet her. Yep. What has happened, Magister? I can't think about it. I just can't think about it. He hides his face. Okay, well, he already knows, apparently. Yeah, the Serpent's Hold people are all... well, not all, but are... or possibly all just riffs on next generation Enterprise crew. And hey, how you doing, 6502? Yeah, this is a lot of blood, so that's... and a runestone? A cow stone belonging to a human. Alright, that's interesting. I hadn't noticed this initially, but looking through the documented spells, not a single one of them uses the cow stone. Not one. So I'm guessing that at least one of the undocumented spells uses it, because otherwise that's kind of silly. But skimming through, there appear to be 3 spells in Underworld II among the undocumented list that use Cal. And spoilers, they are Repel Undead, Summon Demon, and of course, Armageddon. This will not stand, I swear it. Please, explain exactly what thou dost mean. Avatar, if you don't find out who the traitor is, I will. I swear to you, it's that cold bastard Faradwin. If he gives me one more excuse, I'll cut his throat. Should we not wait before throwing around such accusations? She sighs. Sometimes, Avatar, thy good nature becomes tiresome. If there is nothing more, Magister, I must go now. Well. Alright, so she thinks it's Caradwin. I don't think it's Caradwin. Hi, Nelson. How you doing? I suppose thou hast heard the news. Yes. I can hardly believe it. I was so fond of her, Magister. Tell me, was it some thing that crawled up out of the gem, or dost thou think it could have been one of us? Aye, methinks one of us has turned traitor. 'Tis hard to imagine, Avatar. Surely no one could have done that. And yet, if there were a traitor in the castle, the empath would be his or her first target. Will that be all, Magister? Alright, so fair enough. There we go. Now I in-game know that she was an empath. And the people who are surprised that there might be a traitor are forgetting that somebody performed the ritual that initially started all of this from in the castle. I don't have anything else to say to you at the moment. Hey, Cran, how you doing? I would have. It's true. It's Patterson again. What a surprise. A real treat. I don't believe you. But you don't have anything new or interesting to say. And so I will ignore you for now. You, I have been meaning to speak to thee, Avatar. What is on thy mind, Faradwin? I am greatly saddened by Lady Tori's death. She was a good woman. Dost thou know anything about the murder? I mean, it was interesting seeing him try to defend himself about the affair in Ultima 7. Nay, I know nothing of it. Art thou accusing me, Avatar? No, I was merely wondering. I was alone in my room when I heard the shouts of the guards. I am as innocent as thou. And now I can't talk to him anymore on that subject. Get out of my way. We're not playing sleuth. Dupre, Avatar, there's been a foul murder here in the castle. 'Tis outrageous, and I think Helgrath is in the hot tub. Whoever the agent, I hold the Guardian responsible. Someday, there must be a reckoning with that red miscreant. I suppose that is one way to describe him. And an interesting one, to be sure. What news? Cannot believe it. Tori struck down in the very midst of the castle. I can't believe one of us would do such a thing. And of course, right now, Lord British can't resurrect. Yeah, YOLO is in my room, yes. I am well aware he has his own damn room, but he's currently in mine. I'm not going to ask him too many questions about that. Frightened people are easy to manipulate, YOLO. One of us could have turned traitor. 'Tis impossible. How could they walk among us as a friend after doing such a deed? No, 'twas something crept up from the caverns, I am sure of it. Now, is there aught else thou wouldst speak to me about? Nay, goodbye for now. And yes. See what Lord British has to say. I do not believe I visited the Shrine of Honor. The only shrine that I recall having specifically visited is, of course, Compassion. Wow. You would rather not speak with anyone right now. What is the matter? I cannot accept it. A woman murdered within the walls of my own castle. If I cannot protect an innocent woman here, how can I protect an entire people? Your Highness, thou canst not hold thyself responsible for everything. Isn't Your Highness the wrong honorific? Like, he's king, so shouldn't he be Your Majesty? He sighs. I suppose thou art right, but mark me, now that the deed is done, there shall be justice. I shall have the killer or rule this land no more. So that was interesting. I assume the guards don't have anything interesting to say. How goes the watch? All quiet. All not quiet. That's kind of the point of what's going on at the moment, but we'll let that slide. Let's talk to some more random people. Charles. Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe it's different here. Now that Lord British has agreed to act on our proposals, we have called off the strike. We all mourn the loss of Lady Tory. She was a kindly woman who often took time to talk to the servants. Hast thou any suspicions? Feridwin is at the top of my list of suspects, Avatar. He is distant and arrogant and often rude to me. I'd not have guessed he was the murdering type, but 'twould not surprise me greatly. I am not so certain that he has abandoned all ties with the treacherous fellowship. Alright, so a lot of people are on the Feridwin train, which makes me assume that that's a red herring. Nana, what has occupied thee of late? Lady Tory has been murdered. Yes, I have heard. Nana's face is wet with tears. How could something like that happen here? And to Lady Tory, who was such a kindly woman. 'Tis not fair that such a thing should happen. Not fair. Hast thou heard who might have committed the crime? No, I have heard nothing. Now we are trapped here in a castle with a killer. What shall we do, Magister? What shall we do? She begins to weep uncontrollably and turns away. I have heard that Lord British has granted our requests. We owe thee many thanks for helping us. How may I help thee? What has occupied thee of late? I have heard of Lady Tory's death. I would prefer not to talk about it. Hast thou heard any details of the crime? I've heard it was that she was... Oh, Magister, such a terrible crime. Lady Tory is a friend to everyone, and now she is... Florp. Yes, I've dealt with the strike. Back to Nystall. What hast thou been thinking lately? She was so beautiful. Why did this happen to her? Beauty is not really relevant here. Some say her empathic powers made her a traitor's target. I'm an old man, Magister. It should have been me. That's a kindly thing to say, to be honest. Syria, what's on your mind? I suppose thou hast heard of the revolting matter of Tori's death. 'Twas revolting, a killing devoid of honor or finesse. Thou dost seem to show little compassion in this matter, Syria. I apologize, Avatar. It has become my way, having so often confronted death in my life. It is one of the things I have lost in my devotion to my craft. Hast thou any idea who is responsible? As such matters have become my profession, let me offer thee some advice. I do not think anyone in the castle could have carried this out. They are good people and unused to killing. If one of them had done this, it would show in their face. Likely 'twas some servant of the Guardians, crawling up through the sewers in the night. What else may I do for thee, Magister? I disagree with you, Syria, but I understand where you're coming from. You're just a guard. And Geoffrey. How hast thou been? I have heard the news about Lady Tori. We must all be doubly wary, Avatar, now that we know there is an enemy among us. Dost thou suspect anyone, Geoffrey? Nay, I do not. With no evidence, 'twould be dangerous and foolhardy to make accusations. That is true. Alright, I've talked to most of the castle now. Avatar, good. I have been expecting thee. You recount from Miranda your latest experiences, and she records them carefully. Blah, blah, blah. What is the current situation? I have told the others the news, Avatar. I don't believe there is anything we can do at the moment. Clearly, though, someone has struck at the only one among us who might have detected a traitor. Is there aught else thou wishest to know? Not right now. Okay. Usually there was someone hanging out in this room, but I guess they've moved around. Is this the wrong way? I haven't taken this entrance to the sewers in a while. I should probably save. Problem with the inventory system of this game is that I basically almost never use wands or potions because in the midst of real-time combat, going through your inventory is just stupid. Where am I? Excuse me. All right. Okay. I genuinely just could not even figure out how to use the wand. Like, did that just... Yeah, that just fired a... Yeah, they fly and are ranged, and trying to use ranged magic in this game is just so incredibly tedious. I mean, it's all well and good, but they have a lair and they don't like to leave it. Like, if I run in and piss one off and leave, I don't think it'll chase me. Unfortunately, I feel like the correct thing to do right now, so I want to kill these gazers because I know that the chest in their room has an X rune. And the city in the ice caverns, all of the remaining doors are currently locked, and I am not able to get through them. On the other hand, it occurs to me that the open spell is 5th level anyway, so until I ding that, it's not useful to have the rune. So maybe I should level one more time and have whatever additional power boost that gives me before I try to tackle the gazers. In which case, I will return to Lord British's castle and take the shortcut down to all the way down to the bottom of the sewers to stick the gem that Nystel worked into the Blackrock gem and see what new worlds I can visit. What the shit? Fascinating. This is also new. Ah, that's the Black Rock. I always liked this track. It's a lot of bones. That, I'm sure that's not concerning at all. Mages found cheating on the exam will be subject to suspension, expulsion, or polymorph. And yes, there was the mild spoiler about where I am due to the fact that I know the Ultima soundtrack well enough that I knew what track this was. How do I know that that guy's name is Elster? Before you stands a young but weary mage. As you approach, his expression shows a small amount of surprise and a large amount of relief. At last, I suppose thou art a professor. Thou certainly art not a student dressed like that. You know then that the signal button does not work? I am neither a professor nor a student. I am Magister, the Avatar. The mage pauses and gives you a sly look. Clearly, he finds your claim suspect. Of course thou art. My name is Elster, class of 607. Or, I would have been, had I passed the exam. What exam? Why, the final examination of the Scintillus Academy of Magic. Tell me more, tell me more. 'Tis a test full of unspeakable dangers, or so I have heard. Students who complete 9 years of study at the Academy are given the option to take the final exam. Of those who so choose, some pass and are awarded their degrees as full mages. The less fortunate are mailed home to their families in large envelopes. You mentioned a button. I have been waiting in this blasted waiting room for 63 years now. That's absurd. That button on the wall is supposed to summon a faculty member, but 'tis obviously broken. I am troubled that no one has come to check on me. I fear that some disaster may have befallen the Academy up there on the surface. Is there any way out of here? The only way out is to take the exam. I know that someday soon I should take the plunge, but the thought fills me with such dread that for now I am content to stay and wait to be rescued. Goodbye and good luck to thee, but I agree that 63 years is an absurd amount of time to be waiting. I assume that this is a box owned by somebody. No? Anything interesting in it? Food. Don't care. A fish is the current... Oh. Is that a vending machine? Section 1, Lateral Reasoning, and a map case. And that is presumably the, food does not technically appear to be owned by this person. That's bizarre. Yeah, I meant to drop the gold off in Britannia just because it's heavy and I rarely have a purpose for it. Please check your familiar here. Ah. Is that what these were? That's dark. And then a secret passage that, if he wanted to, could take him to Britannia. I mean, that might be better than spending 63 more years here. So, this appears to be a mage academy, and there's a final exam. Sneaking suspicion, it'd be a good idea to have more mana before going into this exam. Maybe somebody can confirm. Should I go back to the sewers and bop to one of the other worlds for a little bit and come back here when I'm fully mentally prepared? Or is it okay to just start tackling the trials? Galara, you have some weird emotes. I mean, I have some mana. I just don't have as much as I would want to have to take the final exam of a School of Mages. Do not know why you're suddenly aggro. Okay. That sure was a thing. This is... Is this? Yeah. There is nothing left to do in the prison tower. I have done absolutely everything. Including get annoyed about the sequencing. Okay, I'm here again. Oh, evidently falling from the roof there dealt me damage, so that's fun. That'll get in the way of this whole regen mana plan, since I'm going to need to... in the intro section of the Syntholis Academy exam, I'm currently carrying a whole bunch of scrolls around with me, but since I don't have a lot of lore skill, I don't know what any of them do until I ding 9 and can start spamming name enchantment. Interesting that the map shows a path to the south here, but doesn't actually appear to be one. Okay, that did exactly what I expected it to. Ow. Do I need to run? Yes. Yes, I do. Entirely possible, it's just annoying that it appears on my map when... Am I playing Portal 2? So this has the mild disadvantage that I no longer seem to have any useful control of my character whatsoever. Okay. I have finally broken the cycle at the expense of a great deal of hit points, I think. And I'm just back in here. Okay, so that's what the glow is the super bouncy ball places. You gonna be streaming tonight, Cran? Not a huge fan of this dissonant music, to be perfectly honest. Taking the holiday off. I'm glad to see you here then. Appreciate it. This is very dubious, shall we say? Some spacey twinkles. Okay, the spacey twinkles seem to teleport me onto the bullseye. That's all well and good. Don't know for sure that it's the same spacey twinkles in bullseye, but I have a suspicion. Talarid. Wow, that was useful. It says... Basically, let's pretend it's like static noise from an old-style television. Hello? Can you understand me? It's, possibly cycling through languages or something? What did you say? Same thing. Can you understand me? I have now assimilated your language through telepathy. Communication is now possible. The Talarid emits a euphonious hum. What are you? You must state your function code. The Talarid emits a euphonious hum. I am Magister. That is not a valid function code. I am Avatar. I am Runekeeper. Fascinating. Okay, I guess Avatar is more my function and Magister is my name. Sure. What kind of place is this? For that, you should speak to Historian. Sure. Tell me of these runes. This area is rich in the necessities for production of these runes. This chamber has been allocated for the process. I ensure that rune production, storage, and transfer proceed unimpeded. What are the runes used for? That knowledge lies outside my function. My role is to ensure a steady supply is available, no more. Of course, having seen this glowing dude from outside the room and then talked to him from, like, the doorway, I have no idea what these runes are that they're talking about here. Presumably they're in the room somewhere. Would it be alright if I took a rune? Alright! Transfers of materials and information from one location to another are only performed for the benefit of all. I do not understand the question. Where are the runes transferred to? Entity known as Guardian teleports them elsewhere. Guardian helped establish current rune production procedures. Might he be misusing those runes? Procedures were modified. Procedures are only modified to improve efficiency for the benefit of all. Can you make other kinds of runes? I was encoded for supervision of this rune type. Other rune type would require different encoding. Greetings, Peru. How you doing? Thank you for answering my questions about runes. I had other questions. Oh yeah, I see the runes now. More Cal stones. It doesn't say they're owned by somebody, so if I pick one up, I wonder if this guy will get pissed. I'm Avatar. Let's do that again. I seek a magical gem. I know of no such thing. Zeke Elomicinator. Alright. I'm gonna see what happens if I just pick up one of these runes. Yoink. Still peaceful. Okay, I have a Cal rune now. So yes, it might be interesting if I can change the process and get him to make a different rune stone. But given the previous conversation about what Cal runes are used for, I don't particularly like that the Guardian is mass producing. Oh, this is curious. More Cal stones. Jesus. I will say that I consider it theoretically possible that the game is keeping some other kind of rune amongst all of these Cal runes. But since the game does not actually provide me with a good way to keep track of which ones I've looked at, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to consider them all to be Cal runes and move on with my life. Alright, well, this place continues to be weird. That's kind of delightful. These things continue to be weird. Strange artifacts. Unblemished crystal rod. Aren't I looking for a rod somewhere? Really? There is actually one rune in there that's different? Oh my god. I have a vague recollection. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have Corp. I have a vague recollection that I was looking. Yeah, there it is. For a crystal rod. Like the friendly person in Killorn Keep, I think, wants me to find a rod. Is that right? I don't know if these other things, strange artifacts and storage crystals, are something I should be filling my inventory with. But maybe? Thank you for giving the gift sub, anonymous person. I appreciate it. I feel bad that there was an initial round of gift subbing by Galara, in fact, that bunch of subs were gifted, and then I didn't stream for a couple weeks. Oh, this is weird. Oh, okay. I'm in the northwest corner, so that's the one that's the bullseye. The other three are sparkles. These presumably are teleporters between the four big corner rooms, of which I've only actually visited two so far. Except in as much as I accidentally did a little bit of teleporting earlier. Hey, more dudes to talk to. Once again, we have some dialogue scrolling off the top before it's actually ready to. Something to your sector. That would be most excellent. Have the alt flay rods been behaving properly? Look, an alien creature wishes to speak with us, but dialogue is for two, and that would make three. I have a notion. Let us continue our work and speak with the creature in between, thus inventing trialogue. A splendid notion. You are most clever. I am Dialogician. I am Avatar. My, how formal. If you fold it thusly, this part become the tail. I lack the dexterity for such manipulations. What is a dialogician? When it is necessary for Talarids to speak with each other, they often lack the ability to think of the proper things to say. Yes, so we supply them with phrases and sentences to suit their needs. Our storage room is full of them. Feel free to try out a few. What the crap? Is the intersection of these categories an ill-formed set? That question is not solvable in polynomial time. Wow. The things we say to each other, those are lines of dialogue we are testing out between each other before providing them to others. Indeed, that is why there are two of us. Now, let's try some more lines now. I would like to visit another dimension someday. Such thoughts are premature. Get your Nas out of the frippery. Do your kind really need this done for them? Yes, more and more Talarids are becoming so well adapted to their functions that they have no mental resources left for things such as being articulate. All the more for us to do that way. Can you help me with something? That could mean, is there something, anything at all, we could help you with? To that, we would surely answer in the affirmative. Or you might have some specific thing in mind. Then we would have to know which thing it was. Yes, some things we can help with, while others we cannot. I will be recycled soon. Congratulations on serving your function well. Can you help me find a magic gem? No, most certainly not. To be precise, we cannot provide the slightest assistance with such matters. I seek philosophist. That function no longer exists. Were you scuffed at the dawn of time? Can you help me with something? Get this whole thing again. If you were me, what would you say to you? I see. Good question. I might say, how are you so blessed as to be a dialogician? While I might say, how many granules are in the free milk Polzany? How are you so blessed as to be a dialogician? Some are lucky enough to be scuffed for the most special functions, I suppose. Let's go through this crap again. Can you help me speak with the Elamacinator? Yes, we can help with that. With that, we could be most helpful. Will you help with that then? No, not at this time. In other words, we could help, but we will not. Farewell. Oh, I meant to say farewell, wordy ones, but I clicked the wrong button, so I'm here again. What question contains the word armadillo for no apparent reason? That's very reassuring to know. Your reassurance is our finest reward. Farewell, wordy ones. Farewell, I said. Ask Guardian. If there is a better way, Guardian will know. Oh, excuse us. Yes, indeed. Farewell, strange creature. And then back here, presumably, is the storeroom of dialogue. Yep. The fact that I can't read these without putting them in my inventory disinclines me to go through the process of picking each one up and reading them. In the interests of convenience, I therefore ask for the spoiler. Is there any point to doing that? At this time, great. Okay. That looks like my candle went out too. This place seems well lit enough that I don't need a candle. God, this music is driving me up a wall. I'm in an alternate dimension. Oh. Found another level. I will investigate that later. I would like to finish mapping out this floor before I start exploring the next one. Elomisimator. I am Avatar. I am Elomisimator. What is your function? There is complexity. In swirling eddies of order and chaos, strands of information arise spontaneously. Sometimes higher level patterns emerge. By analyzing these, the observer becomes part of the pattern. Do you comprehend? Sure. May your understanding grow with the passing cycles. I have a question for you. I have no question to ask you. What do you know of the Guardian? Function code Guardian is used to refer to extremely dense information pattern which is local extension of extra-dimensional conglomeration. Who can help me find what I seek? Without proper constraints upon data, search time rises exponentially. One must use limits that qualify an achievable objective, but one that still has value, and yet those limits themselves are data which one must seek, leading to potential infinite regress. Are you just trying to confuse me? Chaos is a natural state, just as much as order. There is no need to seek one over the other. I assume qualify means qualify as well, yeah? I also wonder, based on what I know of who wrote what in previous games, how much of the dialogue of these guys Dr. Cat had a hand in. I had another question for you that the dialogue tree did not let me get back to. No, it was just that. Alright. And you don't seem to have a back room. I'm not gonna pretend that I spelled that right, but that's alright. I didn't think he worked on this, but I know that he's responsible for the Wisps being all information broker types, so I wondered if, at the least, whoever did make these guys were kind of inspired by that to be more willing to add this kind of ridiculousness to the Ultima fantasy world. Oh, fascinating. Futurian. That's a curious. I'm Avatar. There are matters for you to discuss with Historian. After that, you will come talk to me again. Okay. You apparently process the future. I need to talk about the past first. More psychedelics. Historian. Tell me of your world's past. To tell of the past is my function. Others know nothing of what happened before their scupping. So historian must make sure it is not lost. Each new historian absorbs knowledge from the one before. Do go on. Since you are not of this world, I should tell you of our kind first. Our past goes back far indeed. Just as ants work together in colonies as one complex organism, we Talarids are evolving towards perfect synthesis into one great single being. How fascinating. You might think the individual would lose identity, lose what made each of us special, but that was not so, not before he came. Life was richer as individuals grew more coordinated. Each pursued individual goals, had hopes and fears as before, but also there were higher goals of benefit to all, less pollution, end to war, exploration of other dimensions. How did things change? I assume it's the Guardian. Guardian came, explained his function was to improve systems, increase efficiency, made many suggestions, ways to increase production of materials. All were used, all worked quite well. But he has come to be allowed too much freedom to change our system. He is not of us. is not Talarid. What else has he done here? We are too compartmentalized now, each knowing only of their own function. I think Guardian arranged this to weaken us. Now Guardian can do as he pleases. Many of the things we produce are of no use to Talarids, but those that make them do not question what they are for. Few besides myself have enough information to suspect that Guardian is evil. Does he suspect you oppose him? Perhaps, but change comes slowly on Talaris. If it is a century or two before I go to the lava, how much can I accomplish in that time? Guardian is not worried. I will help you defeat the Guardian. Can such a thing be possible? And yet, if it can, I must do whatever I might to assist you. Let me think. What in the past might aid in this? Or aid me in this. Aid you in this. Take your time. Ah, I have it. Several cycles ago, Guardian modified the programming of the Blyescup chamber. Our kind had 3 sexes, just as yours has 2, but now we have only 1 in the name of greater efficiency. How will this help me? Guardian's control of our destiny is centered on the Blyescup chamber. For through the patterns we are made with, Guardian can determine our goals. Please continue. To maintain his control, Guardian had Ductasnor scupped that would see things Guardian's way. Normal Ductascore would not operate Blyescup chamber in such a manner. As historian, I know where information crystal with original Ductasnor pattern is. Where is it? It was sent down to the lava pit for recycling 1,000 years ago. Well, that's less than useful, isn't it? Fortunately, the conveyor only moves an inch or 2 per year. You should be able to find the crystal among the debris to the north of the lava. Is crystal EOY2. Okay, I have written that down. What should I do when I've found it? That I cannot say. I only know the past, and Talaris has never been rescued from alien fiend by brave hero before. Only one thing for historian to say when someone seeks advice for that which has never happened before. And what would that be? Seek the Futurian. That which you will do lies in the future, and that is Futurian's domain. I wish you luck, Avatar, for hope rides on your shoulders. There was a time when we knew love and beauty and laughter. I do not know what these things are, but I would have my people feel them again. Now please go. I grow weary and must rest. Yeah, they've talked about being scupped before, so that one I already knew. The Bly is the weird one. What is that strange protrusion you have? After many millennia, the accumulation of small imperfections causes a Talarid to show outward signs such as this. Before long, I will be sent to the lava pits to have my components reclaimed, and a new historian will be scupped to replace me. Several more protrusions may manifest before then, though. Oh, I see. In times past, all Talarids continued to function until they expired, but Guardian has taught us many ways to increase efficiency. There have been many changes. This is one of them. What was yesterday is today. What will be tomorrow, only Futurian knows. I need your help. What is an alimicinator? It is the most ancient and respected function any Talarid can have. Alright, well, that wasn't very useful. I seek a magical gem. I have knowledge of the gem you seek, but you are not Talarid. If you do something to help us, I will give you the information in return. Then I will free you from the Guardian. I am historian, not you. You have already spoken of defeating Guardian. This is part of history now. It is my function to speak of it. Yours is to go and do it. Yes, You must see to present and future, while I dwell here adrift in memories of the past. Go then. Yeah, still an alternate direction. Okay, well now that I've talked to Historian, let's go back and see if Futurian has anything to say yet. I'm Avatar. I am Futurian. I presume you'll be wanting to ask about how a new Ductusnor can be scuffed with the old patterns. Interesting, he doesn't use the Z's. Aye, Historian sent me. You play an important role in the future of Talaris. Here's the name of the plane again. Normally my guidance is given to my own kind, but in this case it is quite appropriate for me to help you. I'm glad to hear it. There are 3 things you must take with you to the Bly Scup Chamber. First, the information crystal the Historian told you of with the old Ductusnor pattern. Second, a crystal with the proper program to encode this pattern into the Scup Chamber control mechanisms. This crystal awaits you in the chamber behind me. And how did you come to have it here? As Futurian, part of my function is to keep my necessity chamber supplied with various items that individuals who come to me will be requiring at some point in the future. What if I take something meant for someone else? Then one of 2 things will occur. Either you will return the item before the individual it was placed for comes for it, or you will eventually make use of the item yourself, possibly many years in the future. Or, actually, it is possible you will convey it to someone who will use it themselves, but we digress. Yes, you were saying the 3rd item you will take with you is a designator. These items, along with some form of weapon, will prove sufficient. What is a designator? It is a device designed to serve as part of the control system for a Scup chamber. You will need it for reprogramming after you kill Bly Scup Ductusnor. Why should I kill him? The death of Bly Scup Ductusnor is the only way to gain access to the Bly Scup chamber and to trigger the production of a new Ductusnor. Normally, only Ductusnor can open the chamber doors, but upon death, the chamber begins to produce a new Ductusnor automatically. In addition, the chamber doors open in case there is some malfunction to be repaired. Otherwise, we might be stuck with no Ductusnor and no way to produce one. But Futurian's past anticipated such problems and made allowances. What else must I do? The last thing you must know is how to utilize the designator. The data integrator possesses this knowledge. You will acquire it there. I see. There's one other thing you do not strictly need to be informed of, but as your actions will benefit Talaris in the long run, I will warn you. Sorry, writing some stuff down. Warn me of what? Shortly before you came here, I informed Guardian that your actions would prove detrimental to Guardian's goals. Guardian will increase Vor's production and modify Vor's encoding to make them attack you. You'll experience the first of these attacks fairly soon. Alright. Well. Whose side are you on, anyway? To have lied to Guardian would have led to my demise. In some situations, this would not be inappropriate, but my presence would be important following your actions in the Bly Scup chamber, so sacrificing myself was not indicated. Yeah, I knew who the Vors were. I looked at them when I first zoned in here. If you say so. I have said all that is needful at this time. Now you shall go and do what you are destined to do. Before I go, how is it that you speak my language so much better than other Talarids? In the future, Talaris has much greater contact with other dimensions, including yours. This eventually leads to greater mastery of alien languages. As Futurian, naturally, I am already attuned to that future state. Storage crystal. Curious implement. Different storage crystal. Strange artifact. Storage crystal. He was woefully unspecific about which of these storage crystals has the information I need. Also, how to use the storage crystals. The gem in the compass still doesn't know that this place is Talaris. Nice. How will I stop the Vors from attacking me? I already told you that you will obtain a Delnizator. As you will be removing it from the scup chamber where Vors are produced, this will also terminate the production of hostile Vors. Thus, the previous information I provided you was sufficient to deal with this issue as well. Will I ever find out what the Elemicinator does? No, I'm afraid not. For each of us, some things will remain ever mysterious. What, even for thee? Yes, for I gaze so far into the future, I only have room for small fragments of memories of the past. Most of what I experience is forgotten within a few days' time. That's interesting. Do you actually know the future for certain? I searched through patterns of potentialities to find the thread which shines most brightly. We have a word for this, but it has no direct translation in your language. Perhaps destiny is closest. But do you know for sure? If our kind could smile, such a question would warrant no other response. If you could learn how time truly functions, you could come ask me that again. But of course, you wouldn't need to. I'll go ask the Time Lord. How's that? So, interestingly, he gives me a long speech about what I'm going to need to do to deal with the Ductusnor, but there's no way to get him to repeat it. So, like, Resilient Sphere. Oh, that's what was bouncing around in that other room. So yeah, this is, how you say tedious. For Avatar, Controller Crystal M4Y8. See what the other scroll says, if anything. Okay. Well, this is the one that scroll told me I needed. Hopefully that means I don't need any of the other ones. He did. He also implied that if I picked them up, I might find something useful about them. Sure. Any particular reason for picking up the gray stone, then? Is that just something I'm going to need at some future point, so I might as well pick it up now? Right. Let me... This is some kind of... Yeah, this is a Escher's staircase. That's kind of fun. Doesn't seem to be any point to being down here. So this room appears to just be weird. Just walk down that little section so that it would actually fill in on my map. Okay, I found the Blyscup Ductus Snore, but since I don't have the crystal from the conveyor belt heading toward the lava yet, yeah. All right, there's multiple Ductus Snores. But the... God, I've already lost track of what I'm supposed to do here. I'm supposed to kill the Blyscup Ductus Snore so that I can replace him with the other version. That I have no idea. Right, and I want to kill and replace this guy so that he'll start making Talarids that have all three sexes again and foil the Guardian's plans. The Vor's Ductus Snore, I already don't remember what I'm supposed to do with him, and the Futurian won't tell me again. Just gonna have to hope when I find him that the game dialogue just kind of guides me in the right direction. I am Ductus Snore. It has no accurate translation in your language. What kind of place is this? In fact, I'm not just any Ductus Snore. I am Blyscup Ductus Snore. Only one there is. Please tell me more. You know, if you ever come talk to me, it has been several hundred of your years since the last such occasion. That is too bad, for my function requires large mental capacity, thus I am capable of lengthy and interesting conversation. How interesting. I guess the main difference between Xbox Game Pass, if you're using it to play on PC, really the big difference, I wouldn't want to play this on a console because I'd want to be able to run the Pix Ultima Patcher on it, which you couldn't do on the console. But if you're using the Game Pass to install it on your desktop, then that's probably just dandy. Sure, I'll hear about your function. Scup chambers are used to produce new Talarids to replace those that expire through accident or age. The process combines means magical, mechanical, and biological. I see. Before leaving the Scup chamber, the new Talarid has all the knowledge required for its function encoded into it as well. All this is supervised by a Ductus Snore. But the Blyscup chamber is special. It controls the basic programming of all other Scup chambers, contains master patterns for all types of Talarids. So you see my function is very important. I have sufficient knowledge of all patterns to repair any flaws in Scup chamber programming. Thus my expanded mental capacities. Excuse me, but I really need to ask you a question. Now, what was I saying? Oh yes. Now that Guardian has helped reduce complexity of Talarid encoding by eliminating unneeded characteristics, I have much excess capacity left over for other uses. The Before we had 3 different Zexes, far more patterns to know, and many Talarids had excess and unnecessary capacities. Still, I am glad to have mine. I see. I have developed a sense of humor. Perhaps you can appreciate it, being a strange creature from another world as you are. You see, this door leads to the Black Cup Chamber, but many years ago, the eye fell down from the sign. But instead of putting it back, I left it on the floor as a joke. Is that not funny? Well, I'm glad you think so. Come back in a few hundred years when I've had time to think up another joke. Okay. So these doors will presumably... Dr. Snore only. Will open when I kill this guy. Yeah, I can't even try to use them. My biggest complaint about this game is the frequency with which I catch on completely invisible things and just can't move. What are you oohing? Okay. Oh. I like that. Take another one of those. Gotcha. That said, as previously noted, this zone has pretty good light already, so... Tantric Dragon, hey, how you doing? Happy Turkey Day. This one also has a pit to check out. Don't really like this being almost dead thing. Data integrator. That's interesting. I am Avatar. I am data integrator. What does a data integrator do? There are many sources of information, some complementary, some contradictory. When a Tellarite has only one piece of information to act on, the course is clear. When there are two or more, they come to me. Very interesting. Usually my function is in dealing with the combination of information crystals. Of course, I also answer simple questions, as I'm doing for you now. Perhaps you can explain something to me. Explaining is indeed part of my function. How can I read an information crystal? One does not access the information directly. The crystals are used to encode patterns into machinery, such as that in the scup chamber. Other machines copy patterns from one crystal into another or manipulate patterns from one or more crystals to produce a crystal with a new pattern. Need some help with some information crystals. That is my specialty, at which you must state your requirement with the utmost precision. Oh, right, the Delnizator is what I need to get from the other scup. I need to know where to find a certain crystal. I have no idea where crystals are stored where. They who seek me do so after they have the crystals they need to use. Librarian could help you, but there is no librarian in this complex. Are your titles names or job descriptions? Who I am, and what I do, to me all these things are one, all the same. So it is with all of us. It does, though it could also be a roundabout way of saying that this complex used to have a librarian, but the Guardian nuked him. What do your people seek from life? Imagine an anthill where each ant has become a single nerve cell in a giant brain. Could any ant tell you what the brain wants? And yet, if any would know what shall become of us, it would be Futurian. Seek Futurian. Thanks for your time for now. All right. Looks like there's one thing I haven't checked out, which is this little thing here, and probably, if it's even actually part of that hallway, it might just connect there the way that this one connects here. I see another one here and another one here. So probably all four of these connect out that way. My current concern, however, is that I am damn close to dead.
My troops encountered thy friend, the Lord Draxanusum. I shall send thy regards.
I have evidently been pronouncing Draxanusum wrong for 20 some odd years. Or maybe the Guardian is, I don't know. Hey Master Lobar, how you doing? Alright. So, I have done the full loop. So I am gathering. Oh, I see lava. That certainly is the implication, but I am enjoying the game. It is occasionally frustrating. It is innovative, and I really don't like the more dissonant music for this zone. This one's fine, although I don't really like that second voice there. I assume, yeah, it's hostile. Alright. Before I get into the fight, I can still don't have the Nox rune, so I can't easily deal with getting poisoned by these things. Okay, that was hilarious. Took one swing and didn't even kill him and dinged 9. Suddenly I can cast Name Enchantment. Where did the other one go? Found the lava. Now I just need to find the conveyor belt. Okay, the Vors, did they get easier? Or are these like more recently spawned and so lower level Vors or something? Because the first couple of Vors I fought took a couple of hits and poisoned me before they went down. And everything that I fought down here, I'm just one-shotting. Not to complain. Yeah, see, this guy's actually taking multiple hits. And has poisoned me. Come on. There we go. Aha. Whole fucking bunch of these guys here. Fortunately, it looks like the weak kind. Okay. I assume that they can't possibly have put this many serviceable pieces of gear down here and not secretly made one of them magical. Yeah. There's only one crystal down here, so presumably that's the one I need. Blank scroll, all right. Ah. There they are. That is a fascinating question. I see. Storage crystal is what I was supposed to come down here for, right? I'm not misremembering. EOY2 is in fact the crystal that I was told I need, so yes. Jesus Christ. Well, I'll say something for this zone. It's worth a lot of XP. I'm Avatar. I am Vor's Dr. Snore. What are the Vors for? Vors are skept for a variety of tasks. They perform most physical labor on Talaras, for one thing. They're also very effective couriers. Their function is to free Talarids for more important things. What sorts of important things? You would have to ask one who does such things. I just scup Vors. How are Vors made? Now that is an interesting subject. The process is similar to the way Talarids are scupped, but much simpler. Vors are much simpler creatures, after all. Do tell. This scup chamber is controlled by a Zingle Delnizator over there on that wall. By connecting different information crystals to it, I modify the patterns encoding Vors for whatever functions may be required. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. Why do the Vors attack me? Among other functions, Vors are scupped to neutralize harmful external entities, much like white blood cells. Are you a harmful alien? Why on Talaras does a Vor's Ductosnore know what a white blood cell is? No, I am not a harmful alien. I am confused now. This data contradicts data that Guardian told me. I must seek Data Integrator at first opportunity and resolve this. Goodbye. Before you go, is it true you seek to know more about the Elemosinator? Aye, indeed. Yes, I thought so. Thank you for confirming it. Be seeing you. I mean, I knew he wasn't going to tell me something useful because the future dude already said that. But... just tons of switches in here. But... what I want, presumably, is just to yoink this thing and go on with my life. Was terrified that this platform was going to make me jump out over the lava. I want to ascend on this side. Makes sense. It's fine. They're sources of XP. I'm quite content with that. So I'm going to start doing the usual thing that I did in Ultima Underworld 1 whenever I had a full pool of mana. Which is... okay. The undamaged crown is not magical in any way, apparently. I've been carrying it around for a while, hoping that it might be. I remember in Ultima Underworld 1, like, there was a crown of like, defense or something. I don't remember. So I was like, maybe this will be useful. Yoing! All right. So the crystal... right. I forgot about that one. So the crystal I got downstairs is the one that has the pattern for the right dudes. The ductus snores or whatever the hell. The controller crystal that I picked up in the Futurist's room lets me control the scup along with the designator or designator. I have like 8 million people talking to me all of a sudden. A friend of mine wishes me to know that the XCOM character that she has named after me cannot hit the broadside of a barn. I will admit that this is useful information. Alright, so I guess the most important question is... Well, I've got multiple crystals and there's a data integrator. I'll see if he's useful yet or if I need to get into the scup chamber before he's useful. Oh, there's a Vors in here. Need some help with crystals. So do I need to combine these crystals together? Is that a thing that needs to happen? I have to reprogram the blast scup chamber with a designator. No, that request is too imprecise. I cannot help you unless you are more specific. I'm trying to create a new duct to snore pattern using a pattern from an information crystal. Even with proper crystals, they can be used so many different ways. Depends on how you want the pattern interpreted. Must be more specific. Never mind. Perhaps dialogician may help you phrase this more precisely. Do I need to find the right dialogue phrase from the frickin' pile of scrolls in the dialogue dude's room? Is that what he's saying? Alright, where the... Alright, the dialogue is over there. So I need to just pick up scrolls one at a time and look at them until I see which one says something useful. Alright, is degrees of poison actually a thing in this game, or is there just poisoned and not poisoned? I am barely poisoned. That may change after this fight. I have a problem, which is that my runestones aren't currently a heal spell. And I'm whiffing the hell out of this fight. Alright. He turned around. Alright. Sweet, I got him without getting poisoned. Is this the dialogue, dudes? No, this is disco with artifacts. I should have teleported to the other corner. crap, there's two of them. I need a moment to say goodnight to my girlfriend. Yeah, the near victory thing is actually pretty cool. Am I? Okay. I've been able to use heal for a while. I just haven't been bothering because when I first leveled up, when I first got to 7, my chances of the spell being successful when I cast it were low enough that that I switched back to lesser heal because that was at least actually going off during a fight. When I'm outside of fights, yeah, heal is better. And in one more level, I get greater heal. There's a Vors in here. Of course there is. I'm poisoned, because of course I am. Okay. Vors cannot scup, Dingle Noggin. Why are these in English? Alright, well that one looks like it's the useful one. These runes have great virtue. Runes of virtue. Alright. I don't remember who was in this room. Ah, the Rune Keeper, right. I didn't mark it on my map. What did you miss the first time around? Ah. Okay. Data integrator is not giving me those phrases as dialogue options, so maybe I need to have gotten into the scup chamber first. Yeah. Should I have talked to the dialogicians? Yeah, I probably should have talked to the dialogicians. Let's see what happens if I try that. Can you help me with something? I need help talking to the data integrator. Ah, now it happens we have a scroll with just the sentences you need for that. Indeed, Futurian told us it would be useful to prepare such a scroll. If Cosmos were shaped that way, Coriolis effect would work differently. Wow. Perhaps Coriolis theory needs to be modified also. Wow. May I have the scroll, please? Yes, having ascertained that we can help you, the next step is to inquire as to whether or not we will. Quite correct of you, and in fact, as it is our function to provide such scrolls, we will give it to you. Here you are. Thank you most kindly. To fulfill one's function is to be fulfilled. To be precise, when one is filled, one feels funky. I don't think that is quite right. No, I must work on that line some more. Farewell, wordy ones. What colors are required at this time? Black, silver, and gold. Farewell, I said. I'm just leaving. Yeah, I seemed to recall that the woman that was an ally to me in Killorn Keep wanted me to bring her an amethyst rod. Oh, and they had just given me a scroll. Did I not need to go through all of the scrolls in the other room? Yeah, so now I have 2 scrolls, one of which I found in the other room, and the other of which they gave me. So I'm going to ditch one of them. And they have different art for the scrolls, even. So, who knows? Not me. I'm just a hudda. I'm Avatar. I need your help with some information crystals. I must align a biphasal controller with a scup pattern matrix in a detonator. The information crystal should be placed in the purple input hopper. All right. Purple input hopper. Then place the detonator in the central blue circle. Controller crystal can be activated in a number of different ways depending on the desired result. What oscillation frequency? Yeah, the controller crystal. I have written down on my piece of paper here that I need crystal EOY2, which is one from downstairs, but that the controller crystal is M4Y8. So I do know which one is the controller crystal. 617 Gigamoos can be achieved by putting the controller in the yellow input hopper. And how do I engage the scup interlock? When all the components are in place, pull the chain in the corner. Alrighty. Thanks, you've been most helpful. Zay, if you can do all this, it should really shake things up. Oh God, that's a word. The consequences is the word, but it's spelled consequences, and whew, are more complex than I can integrate. I hope Futurian has worked this out sufficiently. Good luck in any case. Yeah. I do actually really like that. That's adorable. All right. Let's get to Bly Scup and save because I'm not in the best of health. And I don't know whether these things put up a fight or will just crumple like Dr. Cat origami. Speaking of, whew. Give me a moment. All right. Just walked past the scuppery. Alright, I just saved, so... Wah! Yes, soon it will be scuppered. Interesting. Yes, I do remember the room with all the bouncy balls. Okay. Okay, this one's the controller crystal. Controller goes in the yellow hopper. So this one goes in the purple hopper. Blorp. And then this goes there. That goes there. And here's the chain. Let's save. I am Dr. Snore, and am very busy. Do you need something? Why are you so busy? Nothing is as my function indicates it should be. All are scupped now by strange new patterns. I must restore old patterns to Bly's scup chamber. Much work to do. You should seek the Futurian. Yes, Historian can tell me has things in better times, and Futurian can tell me how to make them so again. I scupped you to save your people. I suppose you must oppose Guardian then. Seems not all aliens are bad aliens. Thank you for your assistance. I'll leave you to your work now. So much to do. Where to begin? Where to begin? Excellent. And so now I want to go talk to the Futurian again. Is that right? He'd help me with other stuff if I did this. This is the Historian. I knew you would come speak to me again. The new Dr. Snore has been created. You have done well. Great changes lie ahead for Talorus. How will I find the gem I need? You will speak with Historian again. Okay? What holds the future for Talorus? There is much conflict ahead, a complex, tangled clash of conflicting goals and ideas. It will take a long time to resolve, and beyond that, well, perhaps some things are too far into the future to focus on. Farewell, Futurian. Yeah, no, I'm digging this. And they say it's going to be a long conflict ahead, and given that they seem perfectly content to, you know, do stuff for tens of thousands of years at a time, that's quite the conflict. But also, what was it Galara said? That given how slowly stuff moves in the conveyor belt to put it into the lava, the Guardian must have started screwing with things here like 60,000 years ago. Which is just another of many previous plot points that makes the Guardian is the Avatar's evil half completely nonsensical. Historian, Avatar, you have done it. The new Dr. Snore can restore the old patterns and free Talorus from Guardian. I must do something for you in exchange. If you insist. Guardian used powerful magic to make lava pit below. Serves as power source for us. Few know this, but at center, where spell was cast, is small island in middle of lava. There lies gem you seek. How can I get there? There was once a method to teleport Vors to any desired location. It is no longer used, and it is not efficient. But as historian, I still know it. I will send you to Gem now. No. I cannot talk to that. Presumably that platform that I was afraid would yeet me out over the lava is where I land when I leave from here. But I'm going to save before taking this flight. Oh, no, it just makes a bridge. Does that destroy the bridge? Yes. That's, frankly a little goofy. Anyway, that's Talorus, I guess. Which bit? Yes. I assume that that is going to come up again at some point. Oh god, there's a lot of wars in here. Oh, it's gonna be dangerous to go back there. Gonna be surrounded by Vors immediately. Did not remember what? All the Vors being in there? Guess I can go back to Talorus sometime when I'm more fully healed, kill off the rest of those Vors for some more XP too, which is not bad, and recharge my flashlights. In the meantime, don't really need light here. Okay, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna talk to Miranda and Nystal since I have the Blackrock gem for Nystal to look at. But then once I've done those two things, I'm going to call it a night. I've been playing for some time, 3.5 hours. And I certainly don't want to start in on another zone, on another plane. At this hour. But wow, it's been great having this big a crowd. Like, this is more people than I usually have at a time. Okay. I have told her the new things that I learned. I'll have to see who else is on, if there's anybody worth raiding. Where am I? Yeah. I have a gem. It's truly, truly, truly outrageous. It's a cool gem, and now it is heated by his magic. Blorp. There we go. Do not have any more to treat. Jesus, I have 10 skill points. So yeah, before I head back into the depths, I'm going to... Did I just what? I'm going to go through and raise some skills. Probably want to raise axe a little more. Yeah, I do actually have a pretty good lore. It just hasn't been freaking useful for anything. Raise my casting. Oh, yes, I did, in fact, call that gem truly, truly, truly outrageous. So, yeah. Maybe a little search. Raise casting. Could use more mana, I guess. More axe. Since I've gone up 2 levels, once I do all of that, maybe I'll make another attempt at the gazers? I don't know. Do I have any good... I mean, I guess I could try... Whoops, that's not the button I wanted. Could try lobbing... Oh, no, I cannot. I don't have the Flam rune. So no fireballs yet to try to take out gazers. Can't poison weapon. So... Can't lightning. I have no attack spells yet. Aside from Magic Arrow and Deadly Seeker. Yeah. Not sure if that's the way to go in trying to fight the gazers, but or for that matter, I don't know if there's going to be another place to pick up an X rune later, and I'm just never going to need to fight the gazers. I kind of want to get into those buildings in the ice caverns. Yeah, I want to get into the locked buildings in the ice cavern. I know there's runes in at least one of those buildings. Anyway, saving. Need to skill up, so that'll remind myself what I'm in the middle of. And let's see. So yeah, it's probably worth trying to fight. One thing I might do while not live streaming is since mana slowly regenerates, I might launch the game, cast Name Enchantment, leave it running in the background while I do other stuff, and go through and identify the crap in my inventory. You know, that's the kind of super tedious thing that there's just absolutely no point to doing on stream. I mean, I suppose I could, in theory, launch Underworld 2 and stream some other game while I have Underworld 2 going in the background, but that's kind of goofy. Anyway, Avuzal's on. That's true. Since you mentioned that, and while I'm thinking of it, I think before I log off, just because this is something I'm likely to forget, I am going to run to my room. Get out of my way, you stupid guard. And drop off my stash of money. And the crown. That frees up some weight allowance. I'll just save over that one though. Alrighty. Gonna set up the raid. Thanks again, everybody. This was a lot of fun. I hope you all have a good holiday tomorrow if you are, you know, in the US or generally celebrate it. And who knows? I will certainly, I will not go another, 2 weeks without frickin' streaming. That's madness. Maybe it'll be again over the over this long weekend, but it's also possible that I will try to get some stuff done on Dark Unknown, which has not happened for a couple of weeks at this point because I have been so slammed with work. Alrighty, heading over to Avuzal. I will see y'all later, and thanks again. Be virtuous and all that. See you next time.
Haven't even started back at the pods. Go and Flame Dragon, the raid. Welcome in, everyone. So what were you playing? What do you mean by everyone? Welcome in, Golden Flame Dragon. Thank you so much for the raid. What were you playing today? Welcome in, Master Lovar and Duke Darkwood. Ultima. It's Ultima, isn't it? I don't know what the W is for. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope your stream went well. Oh, Ultima